Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. I am going to walk you through a short practice where we're going to focus on our spine. So if it's your lower back, your upper back, whatever, it's just been kind of lately. These are my recommendations. These are my go-tos personally, and again, what I recommend to people. So you don't need anything. We're just going to be on our back for most of it. We'll be seated for a bit, but we're going to start on our back. So come on down onto your back. And start with your knees bent and your feet flat. Maybe for just a couple moments, let the knees knock in. Maybe bring the hands into the belly. And just for a few moments, take a few deep, mindful breaths. Just really breathing fully, taking really conscious breaths. Imagine your breath not just filling your lungs, but filling your torso, filling your entire body. And so that fresh air, that nutrients, that nourishment that rides on the breath, it's completely absorbed by your body. Three more breaths like that. All right. Okay. Now we're all going to let the arms come alongside the body, palms up. Knees bent, feet flat, feet and knees about hip distance apart. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. So keep your seat heavy on the ground, keep your shoulders heavy on the ground, but inhale as you lift your ribs. So your spine makes a rainbow shape. Again, seat and shoulders grounded, touching the floor. And as you exhale, push your lower back and the backs of your ribs into the floor. Inhale, arch the back, round the spine, create a rainbow shape. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, flatten the spine into the ground. We're going to keep doing this. A couple more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Now be conscious that the work and the effort is being initiated by your core, by your center. So soften the feet into the floor. Relax your seat, your shoulders, your arms into the ground. They're touching but not pushing. Let's do 3 to 5 more of each, just like this, these pelvic tilts. All right, and then return to neutral. Allow yourself to just feel neutral again. Take a deep breath. All right, now you're going to lay on your left side in a tucked fetal position. So you're going to reach your arms, both arms, including your left arm, forward, sort of away from your chest and away from your arms. So I already have a blanket here, so I'm just going to kind of hold it up, but maybe you just let your head hang. I wouldn't use a block. A block is generally too much height, and then you sort of are cranking the neck the other way. So let the temple, the ear, the cheek just rest on something, and you're going to reach your fingertips away from you in the same direction that your belly button is now pointing. So the knees are bent, feet are stacked. I like to kind of wrap one ankle around the other. We want to keep the hips to the toes fixed. Left arm is going to stay fixed. Just let it rest on the ground just softly. Right arm will float up and away. Fingertips reach forward. Inhale as you reach up towards the sky, up and over like you're tracing a rainbow. And then exhale, close the arms, bring the hands back together. Inhale, reach away from you, up towards the sky and over. Exhale, close and return. A few more like this. Inhale, up and over. Notice what you're feeling through the body. Keep the legs fixed from the hips to the toes. We want stillness and movement really just from the waist up. And soften the throat, neck, and jaw. Let's do about 3 more. All right, we're going to do one more. This next one we're going to hold for a few breaths. So one more time. Inhale, reach forward, up, over, trace a rainbow, maybe even scoot that left shoulder to the left. And now the right arm might come to the ground. Now, for me, if my right arm comes down, if I look back at my legs, my knees aren't stacked, my hips aren't stacked, so I know my legs moved. And that's up to you. Do you like it like this? Do you like it like that? It's kind of up to you. Now, I think it's a deeper stretch if I really keep the legs fixed. So I prefer to sort of let the arm, maybe it'll rest on a block. There's one there, so why not? But take a twist, keeping that right shoulder drawing down and to the right as the right hip pushes up and to the left. 3 breaths here. And then just wiggle those those right fingertips, wiggle that right hand, and then inhale, exhale, return all the way back onto your left and then onto your back. Come flat onto your back, spine and neutral. Just notice how this feels. Okay, and then onto your right side. So roll into your right side. All 10 fingers are going to be pointing in the same direction that your chest and that your belly button is pointing. Let the palms just come together. Let the right arm rest. So the knees are bent. Knees are stacked. Feet are stacked. Maybe one ankle wraps over the other. But again, right arm rests, right cheek, right temple. Left arm's going to float up. Inhale as it reaches forward. Up and over. Trace a rainbow. And then exhale, close. And start with a small movement. I don't have to start big. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, close. Now we stay still from the waist down, from the hips to the toes. So notice how the upper body feels. Maybe each movement gets a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger. But keep the right arm, the neck, relax. We'll do about 3 more here. All right, now this next one, we're going to hold it. So inhale, reach forward, up, over, sweep over. Now I again like to reach my right arm and sort of shuffle my shoulders over to the right. And then the left shoulder comes closer to the ground, but as I do that, I feel my legs pop up. So I like to check in. I actually use my right hand on the top of the left thigh and kind of anchor it. Again, the ankles will help. And then maybe the left arm's going to come down, maybe it doesn't. I think I'll do hand to the waist. But imagine drawing your left hip forward towards the knee, but the left shoulder down and back, creating length along the left side of the waist. 3 deep breaths here. And then start to wake up that left hand, that left arm. Inhale. Exhale, roll onto the right. And then onto your back. Come onto your back. Knees bent, feet flat. Notice how you feel. Notice your spine. Notice your back. Deep breaths. All right, inhale. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Now you can stay here. You can rock side to side. In a moment, we're going to come up to a seat. Something that I like to do every once in a while, especially if you're on like a rug, like I am, so you might not be on a rug, but is rolling up and down the length of the spine. So tuck the chin to the chest, make yourself the teeny tiniest little ball that you can, and rock and roll along the length of your spine, all the way up, like you're going to come up to a seat, but you changed your mind at the last moment. This should feel like a massage on your spine. It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Put a couple more here. Maybe two more. And then we're going to come up into tabletop. Let's come into tabletop on all fours on our hands and knees. We're going to be kneeling for a little bit, I suppose. Not that long. We're not doing any of this very long. But let's do a couple cat and cows. So hands under the shoulders, spread the fingers, knees under the hips. You can always have tops of the feet or toes hooked under, whatever your ankles prefer. But inhale, drop the belly down towards the floor, lift the chest, lift the heart, look forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, ribs to the sky, chin to the chest. Look at your belly, move with your breath. Inhale, drop the belly, belly button points towards the thighs as you pull your heart forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly button points towards the face, chin to the chest, look at your belly, and add any movement that feels good, but move the whole spine. Think about isolating the spine. So can you keep the legs still? The thighs often want to sway forward and back. Can they stay still? Can you isolate the spine? Let's do about 3 more of each. One more full breath wherever you're at. All right, and then we're going to come to a seat. So make yourself comfortable. I think I'm just going to sit on a folded blanket, but again, you do what you need. All right, so take a comfortable seat. Let your legs relax. Sit up tall, really lengthen up through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, circle the arms up, fingertips reach up. Exhale, turn your chest over to the right, drop the arms. We're going to stay here. We're holding this twist. So the right hand will come behind you, and I want you to push down into the ground to use it as leverage to lift the chest, broaden the collarbones, and sit up tall. So your hand might be on a block, it might be on the ground, but push down with the right hand to lift the chest up. And then the left hand, it might come across your body to the right thigh and use that as leverage to pull the heart. Now think about from the hips to the toes, we stay still. We're moving from the waist up. So lift the chest, rotate from the waist up, expanding through the collarbones, maybe turning at your neck to look over your right shoulder, maybe stretching out your eyes and looking out of the right corners of your eyes. 3 deep breaths here. Slowly return the eyes, blink the eyes back to neutral, return the head back to the center, nose over the chest. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the arms, turn the chest over to the left, rotate the spine. So hips to toes stay still. You're lifting your chest, lengthen the spine. Left hand comes down, push it down into something, the block, the mat, whatever. Down to lift chest up, broaden collarbones forward, roll the shoulders back. Right hand maybe grabs onto the left thigh, use it as leverage to pull, turn, twist. But again, keep lengthening, lift, crown of the head up. Maybe turn at the neck, look over your left shoulder. Maybe stretch your eyes, look out of the left corners of your eyes. Keep stillness from hips to toes. Rotate deeply at the waist. Rotate the heart. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly blink the eyes back to neutral. Return the head and neck, so the nose over the chest. And then one more time, reach the arms up. Fingertips reach up towards the sky. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Maybe add a bit of a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands through to the heart. Take a deep breath here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I hope that felt good. It did for me. So I hope it did for you. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.